Greetings to all. Myself Vaishnavi, Assistant Professor IT Department from SNS College of Technology. Now we are going to see about the virtual machine migration attack, that is hyperjacking. Uh, VM migration attack. Here we have the diagram for the migration attack. First one will be that attack on the data plan. It goes under the two subdivision, that is source machine and the target machine. In source machine we have the several virtual machines followed by the hypervisor, host OS and then hardware. Likewise in the target machine we have the virtual machines, hypervisor, host OS and then hardware. By combining the source machine and the target machine, the attacks on the migration module will be developed. Then what is an hyperjacking? The definition will be hyperjacking is an elect method used to spy on the victim's control devices and it steals the valuable information. It involves unauthorized control of the virtual machine by the threat actor. It installs the hypervisor to take a complete control of the server. Next one, hypervisor. The backbone of the virtual machines will be the software programs responsible for creating, running, and managing the virtual machines. The single hypervisor can host the multiple virtual machines or the guest operating systems. It is also known as a virtual machine manager. Next one, types of virtual machine. Here we have the two main types of hypervisor, that is type 1 hypervisor and type 2 hypervisor. Here, that is bare metal. It is runs directly on the hardware. Second model is that host hypervisor. It runs on the top of the existing systems. Next one, we have the problem statement. An organization struggle with the detecting attacks below the OS level, and this creates a need for the hypervisor aware security mechanism. So cloud virtualization environments requires the hypervisor security, VM isolation, secure migration channel, and the intrusion deductions. So we go with the and solution. So we have it four types, that is empathize, define, ideate, prototype and testing. In empathize, the developers need to easy deployment without the server management. In define stage, here we have managing servers, scaling and the traffic is complex. And then ideate, we uses the sort of cloud platform and then automatically manages the infrastructure. In fourth stage, that is prototype, here we deploy the web application using the hypervisor secure cloud services. And then fifth stage will be the monitor performance and the scale application based on the traffic. Next one will be the data and control flow. Here we have that a lack of separation. That is due to the lack of separation between the control flow and the data flow. And then guest OS access, we are the management tool and the guest OS are the unpatched system. The attacker gains unlimited access to the entire virtualization server and the guest virtual machines. And then VM migration services. Here we have two migration types, that is hard migration and cold migration. Hard migration, it is a live migration. The virtual machine stay power during the transfer. Second migration will be the cold migration. It moving the power of or suspended the virtual machine to the new host. Hard migration, the virtual machine stays the power on during the full synchronization and delta synchronization using the vSphere and the vMotion. It compute the resources, migration of the virtual server from one compute resource to another, and then it migrate of a virtual server without the disk and it between the compute resources. Hard migration process, that is transfers the virtual machine network connectivity and storage as the OS continues to run. The advantages of live migration, no need to interrupt the operations. The benefits will be the separation, consolidation and the load balancing. Cold migration, it is moving a powered off or a suspended virtual machine to the new host, relocating configuration and the disk files. It includes moving the virtual machine from one virtual switch to another or from the one data center to another. With configuration files, log files and disk files moved from one destination to the one from the source to the destination host. Here we have the migration steps, that is the virtual machine is registered with the new host and then in the old version of the virtual machine is deleted from the source host. The data security and the storage, here we have 3 points: data protection, user authentication, disaster and the data breach. And then we have encryption, accessibility, and at rest and the transist. The prevention technique will be the hypervisor monitoring, patch management, and then access control. Here we have the security features of the secure infrastructure, security authentication, and then data production. Here we have the real world applications such as online learning platforms, social media application, and the business applications. The assessment question will be the special way to move the virtual machine, the server never to be shut down, memory, network, and storage, all the transfer live. So no service jumps, no interruption, everything keeps running smoothly. What is it? That is an hard migration. Thank you.